2026 and 2027 are starting to look like bright years for Lord of the Rings fans. We have some new movies coming out like The Hunt for Gollum, but not only that, we have this new MMO that's been in development quietly behind the scenes by Lord of the Rings Amazon Game Studios. It's going to be from the Orange County studio, the same people that brought you New World. Well, if you've been paying attention to my videos, you know this already. But today we're going to go into the small little updates that we've gotten since the last one you've watched. So, alright now, stop scrolling through the next video and pay attention. You want Middle-earth news. You want it right now? Well, I've got you. The new Lord of the Rings MMO by Amazon Game Studios just got a few major updates. And no, I'm not talking about vague, it's still happening, type headlines. I'm talking about new studios joining the project, big name leadership hires, and a few subtle signs that something is actually finally taking shape. We might be seeing it soon. Let's dive in. The biggest shakeup we've seen in a while has been Amazon has officially opened a new studio in Bucharest, Romania. It's a place in Europe, Bucharest, Romania, and it's now confirmed to be working directly on the Lord of the Rings MMO alongside the Tomb Raider game that they are making. This isn't just some satellite QA crew, quality assurance. This team is actually led by Christian Panna, who is a former Ubisoft Bucharest managing director, who's worked on Assassin's Creed, The Division, and Far Cry. That's some serious AAA experience being pumped up into the veins of this MMO. So what does this mean for us? Well, it means more dev power, more potential faster production in art, world building, or backend systems, and more importantly, Amazon is still investing, not retreating from the game. Look at it. They're putting these AAA known developer head studio people leads into this game. They know it needs to succeed. And I'm very excited that we are in the hands of some people that have really good experience, not just the New World team, even though I think New World is good now. It didn't launch too good. So having some of these lead people from other studios coming in, we got Assassin's Creed, for crying out. That's one of the blockbuster games. Say what you will, it's not a lot of people's target list, and we're kind of getting sick of the same repeat cycle of new Assassin's Creed games every other year, but they are big blockbuster games, and The Division, that's a very good game, and Far Cry, those series are very good. So I'm very excited to see them join the team. But as we move forward, the team keeps growing. Now, it's no secret that Amazon is keeping a tight lid on this game. No trailers or no titles, no screenshots, and we've been waiting for something. But here's the tea you won't find in mainstream articles that I'm going to share with you. Job listings and internal movements hint at new hires in world building, animation, and systems design, especially roles mentioning open world, player progression, and narrative hooks. So they're finding people specialized into making these type of things. So if it wasn't already obvious that it's an MMO, it's an MMO. I've told you this many times. These job listings are just proof that it's even further into development, and they're going even harder on it. Not just that though, the Bucharest team, they're currently staffing up for roles like senior world designer, combat system lead, and even a narrative designer with fantasy MMO experience. Translation: this sandbox is still being sculpted, but story classes and core combat are actively underway. This isn't vaporware, it's slow-cooked Middle-earth, so they gotta kind of stir the pot a little bit. But it sounds like a lot of the gameplay portion has probably already been actively developed for some time. Now they're trying to get that sandbox feel, those little things that make an MMO what makes it into an MMO, story, sandbox, exploration, things like that. Furthermore, though, they are still looking for what I've referred to as the hook. The hook. What's going to be the big stick for the game? What's going to be the big thing that separates it from other Lord of the Rings games like Lord of the Rings Online? Well, here's what Christoph Hartmann, the VP of Amazon Games, recently admitted in an interview. We are still trying to find the hook that makes this game stand out. Now, some people heard that and said, oh my gosh, no. They don't know what they're doing, but I say, good. If they're taking time to make this stand out from New World or LOTRO, that means we're not just getting a reskinned MMO that already exists. It might be PvP focused, evil faction playable, or heavily narrative driven like LOTRO's Book Quest, but turned up for modern audiences. And remember, they already confirmed it's set in the Third Age. So imagine zones like Mordor, Rohan sieges, Gondor strongholds, a full-blown player war mode. Yeah, they're building something bigger than we think. So what is next? What's next that we should be watching out for? We should be looking at the Amazon's games career pages for any updates. Watch for hires involving animation and quest design. Any announcements from Gamescom or the Games Awards, we're getting close to a reveal soon, okay? Even if it's just a cinematic trailer. We're getting close, so hang in there, guys. And lastly, if they ever drop even a dev diary or cinematic trailer, you know I'll break it down first right here. It's still a slow burn, and we've been waiting a long time. So the burn's been slow, and it's been cooking for a while. But it's a purposeful burn. New studios, new team members, and subtle signs of real movement. If you're hyped for this MMO, hit that like button so YouTube doesn't bury this video in a hobbit hole, and subscribe, because this moment this game leaks, drops footage, or even confirms classes or zones, I'll be on it like a Nazgul on a scent trail. And you know how those Nazgul loves to sniff. I'll see you in the next one, and remember, evil mode might just be real, and I'm still holding on for it just like you should. Alright, that's all. See ya later. Goodbye. Kawanawa. I'm out.
Fall back every time I get close. High hopes always end up like smoke. Tell me why I still chase what I lost. Why the pain feel better than the cost. Lights fade and I'm still wide awake. Tried love but it bends till it breaks. Maybe I was made for the fall, but I still want it all, I still want it all.